we go with Enderman's G40, Italy, turn 2. A reminder of the players and where we're at on victory points. Just a quick note, it looks like Japan picked up their first victory point on their last turn, as they now have the majority of the surface ships in the Pacific. We can thank that to this nice big pile here of FEC ships that went down on No Limits last turn. All right, not too much else to note on the board before we get started, so I'm just going to go ahead and, well, just to mention the submarine that was in C-Zone 19, that one is now gone because Enderman didn't have the battleship and cruiser respond in defense. So Prozac did that on his UK turn, so that's gone. And then also another note, Enderman took 2 AAAs from C-Zone 10 up to C-Zone 3, but only one can fit on the transport, so one of them has gone back to the Western United States. So now there's just 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 AAA in the Soviet Far East. All right, Italy has a total of 2 combat movements to declare. The first one is right here in Egypt. And I'm excited for this one because I was hoping that, actually I was kind of hoping that Prozac would back out of it. But I was even more excited when I see he didn't stack it as full as I thought he could have. So we're going to go ahead and go in with 2 infantry and an artillery from Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. We're also going to go in with everything we have in Alexandria, which is 4 infantry, an artillery, a mechanized infantry, and a tank. In addition to that, we're going to be bringing in from southern Italy these 2 fighters at a movement of 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 1 movement left in their gas tank. And this strategic bomber at the same 1, 2, 3, 4. So he'll have 3 movements left in his gas tank. Other combat movements, we're going into Greece. So we're going to take this tank up here in Yugoslavia and blitz down into Greece. And joining him will be these 5 infantry from Bulgaria. All right, that's it for combat moves. We'll get this loaded up on the board and be right back. All right, we're set up here for the Battle of Egypt. This is the one I need to go right. All right, so we have a total of 5 at 1, 4 at 2, 3 at 3, and 1 at 4. And the defenders have a total of 6 at 2, 1 at 3, and 1 at 4. All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll the attackers first. All right. Ooh, that's a good roll. So we've got 1 of the infantry hit. We've got 3 of the artillery and promoted hit. The 2 fighters and the bomber hit. And looks like the tank and 1 missed. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits in the first round. Excellent. Most excellent. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's going to take out all but 1. All right, but we get to return fire with our 6 at 2, 1 at 3, and 1 at 4. Ooh, not another bad roll themselves. So we have a total of, let's see, the fighter hit, tactical bomber hit, and 1, 2 of infantry and artillery hit. So we have a total of 4 hits there, so we're going to take off this these 4 infantry here. All right. I like it, as No Limit would say. All right, so we'll take out the 4 infantry off that one. And we're going to go again with the 1 mechanized infantry, the 4 infantry and artillery, the 2 fighters and tank, and the strategic bomber. All right, and yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 5 hits. So he's dead. All right, and we'll just roll 1 for that fighter still left, and he gets a hit as well. So we're going to take another infantry. All right, so after the smoke clears, we have a total of 1 mechanized infantry, 1 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 tank, 2 fighters, and 1 strategic bomber left in Egypt. All right, next we have the battle for Greece. So we have a total of 5 infantry and a tank going up against 4 infantry. So 5 at 1 and 1 at 3. And we'll roll them all together going up against 4 at 2. Oh my gosh. 1 hit from a lone infantry, and every single one of the Greeks missed. They must have not attended target shooting. All right, so 1 hit. Let me grab some chips. So we'll take 1 off. Let's swap it out for 2. All right, and so we'll go ahead and take that one out, and keep that one in. Take out one of the blacks, and we'll go again. Oh my gosh, 3 again, and 2 this time. I may have a flawless victory. So again, 5 at 1 and 1 at 3 versus 1 at 2. Oh, finally a hit from the Greeks, but not before they die a terrible death in Greece. 1 off for the Italians. So surviving in Greece, we have 4 infantry and 1 tank. All right, we're back here on the board, and in Egypt we've got our tank, mechanized infantry, 2 artillery, and infantry. So we're going to go ahead and claim that for Italy. So Italy will be up 2 and UK down 2. And then additionally up here in Greece, we've got our 4 infantry and our 1 tank that are remaining. So we're going to claim that one for Italy as well, and Italy will be up another 2. So come over here to the board. So Italy's going to go from 19 to 23, and UK from 30 to 28. All right, for our non-combat moves, and I'll just mention, I forgot to say my purchases before I started earlier. I think if you look in the video, you'll see it was laid out here. I just got too excited about fighting in Egypt. So for 16 IPCs, we're going to buy a transport, a tank, and bank 2. All right, so continuing on with the non-combat movements. First off, down here in Kenya, we're going to move up into Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Secondly, over here in Tobruk, we're going to move this artillery into Alexandria. We are also going to, there in Alexandria, land our 2 fighters and our strategic bomber, joining that Luftwaffe fighter that's there as well. Next, we're going to take these 2 infantry here in Tunisia and move them over into Algeria. We're going to take this infantry and artillery from southern France and move them into France, along with the 4 infantry from northern Italy into France as well. Next, we're going to take this artillery that's in Yugoslavia and move into Romania, along with the 2, let's see if I can get it, the 2 anti-aircraft guns in Yugoslavia are going to move to Romania, and the tank and mechanized infantry that are in northern Italy are going to go 1-2 over to Romania. Stack that up a little bit. right. Other than that, that completes our non-combat movements. So in place units, we're going to be placing a transport in C-Zone 97, and we're going to be placing a tank in northern Italy. We finished the turn with 23 IPCs, plus the 2 that we had banked over, and we're going to end up the turn with a total of, let's get the 1 here, 25 IPCs to carry over into round 3. All right, that's it for Italy. And let me do the recap, and then we'll head over to the FEC with Prozac again. So, in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, we have 1 infantry. In Egypt, we have a tank, a mechanized infantry, 2 artillery, and an infantry. In Alexandria, we have 1 artillery, 2 fighters, and 1 strategic bomber. In Algeria, we have 2 infantry. In France, we have 5 infantry and an artillery. Northern Italy, we have a tank and an anti-aircraft gun. Southern Italy, we have an anti-aircraft gun. C-Zone 97, we have a transport. In Greece, we have a tank and 4 infantry. And in Romania, we have an artillery, 2 anti-aircraft guns, a mechanized infantry, and a tank. All right, that's it for Italy. Looking forward to Prozac with Far East Command.